What is up, YouTube? It is your boy John here from Puma Plow. Playing some more Farming Simulator 22. We're back on Elm Creek Forest by Stevie. Let's get to it. Howdy, Kimmy.
Hello.
What's up?
Not much.
All right. Let the record show. I was in TeamSpeak before stream. You weren't there.
Yeah, I weren't. I was updating my
oh, your mods, probably, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I checked this morning when I got up.
Yeah, no, they weren't there.
And yeah, I'm like, he either forgot or he's not going to.
Well, you see, Dan, we started, or Dan started a Forge Harvester in 32.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, everything was working, so I didn't want to mess it up.
Well, oh, true. Okay.
So like Dan had it all running, and he was AFK in here, and I was AFK technically all night, and now we have 18.8 million liters of chaff sitting here at the chaff bin. So
oh, nice.
Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully that's enough for a while, right?
Hopefully.
So I guess choose your own adventure today. You want to harvest some corn, or harvest some soybeans? You want to pick up some grass? You can probably wait on the grass a little bit.
Yeah. What do we have more of planted?
Or we can go haul some pallets. We can do that too.
Did you get your mod fixed?
Well, I was able to load these metal rolls anyway, which I was able to load these the other day. So I don't know about the other pallets yet. We'll have to try those. We'll have to try. As far as corn or beans, which one do we have more? Well, there's 2 fields of corn, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of soybeans.
Probably need to get started on the soybeans.
So that's fine. If you want to work towards that, I'll haul a couple loads of these metal rolls because they're about to fill up. I want to get them moved out of here. Now, notice our money, by the way. Did you see that?
I see that. Yeah, I see that.
So I had a truck selling manure the other night, and it ran like literally all night and the next day to try to catch up on our manure sales. And you know, manure is not worth a lot, but or slurry. It's not worth a lot, but when you have a lot,
right,
it becomes worth a lot. So that was kind of nice. Plus, I think some milk got sold and stuff like that. So nothing too crazy, but yeah. So that was good. That was definitely good to see that money. Plus, we're not trying to spend all our money buying cows. So
right.
That should definitely help us out a little bit. I cannot turn this. That truck
so we
is
have the cows, all the cows now.
Yeah, we have all the cows. We have all 4,000. And yeah, we're good to go there as far as the cows. So that's good. Definitely a good thing. Very happy to be done buying cows. Now it's just feeding them, you know?
Right.
Which there might be a large capacity, slightly modified. Oh, that was actually a ton of money I just made off these, wasn't it? Wow. Okay. Adam, what's up? Hey, there he is. There's the guy. Buy the best viewers. I'm not buying viewers. Anyway, he's been banned. What else is new? Another Twitch account has been banned because of the whole buy the best viewers. The scam chat, I tell you. I don't know, because I've never gone to the website. Technically, it doesn't even post the website because our link protection. So yeah, I don't know. Besides, I don't really understand what. I mean, I guess if you buy viewers, then you're higher on the list. Then
how do you buy viewers, though?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how all that. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
You must be a pretty lousy streamer if you have to pay people to watch you.
Wow, Harry.
That's the way I look at it.
Harry, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. No, I don't know. I mean, technically, I know it's a TOS violation. Obviously, you get banned, but I don't know how to do it or anything. So I don't know. Anyway, how full is this thing still? Yeah, okay, it's almost done. One more, 2 more. Then this will be done. All right, we're gonna go ahead and say that is probably done there. So another 22,000. It's weird to say liters of metal, but that's, I mean, that's the unit of measurement. I need a different truck on this trailer, by the way. This is not the Strat. Truck does not like to turn. I guess I'm hitting the front of the trailer on the back of my cab. Should have brought one of my extended chassis trucks, you know. Now the interesting thing will be is if this works at the dairy.
Right, right.
Or not the dairy, well the dairy too, but the sugar mill.
Sugar mill, yeah.
Because that's where I couldn't get this to work all the other day. So hopefully by adding the auto load pallet script mod, which apparently is different than the auto load script that you need for like this mod pack, which I guess that one only does bales. And then there's a pallet one. So hopefully I got the right mods. Right. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Which, I mean, this trailer worked in the past, so I don't know if they like changed something or if somehow. Oh no. Don't do that. Don't. Oh.
Oh, Lord.
So this trailer's back to living up to its tippiness. That's what this trailer.
That's why I stopped using it.
Yep, that's what this trailer is notorious for. So maybe. Maybe.
I think the last.
Okay.
I think the last time I used that trailer was on the Nebraska map.
Yeah.
And every single time I would come out of my homestead, no matter how slow I came out, I would tip over.
Well, it wasn't doing that the other day when I had that thing full of pallets. So I wonder, it's the auto load script that does that. I do believe.
That means it's fixed.
It could be. Yay! It's fixed. It wants to roll over nonstop now. Hooray!
Lucky you.
I'm so happy. Oh gosh. The 18-2. Yep, pretty much. Doug, what's up? Alright, so we'll just let this be for now, because, well, now it's the turning, though, so I don't. I kind of want to run it down. You know what? We're just going to do it. I'm just going to go down to the sugar mill. Because now it's kind of turning. Depends on the angle, I guess, of the road.
Yeah, I'd just be careful after it loads up.
Yeah. I can always just unhook it and go get a different truck. We have, like... I don't think we have one of every truck in the game, but we're pretty close. I think. We even have, a modded truck. We have so many. There's so many trucks. I'm not sure why that happened or how that happened. We really should have gone with all the same truck. But I guess that's not as much fun, so. I'm here for it. Alright, are you, you're harvesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you dropping straw by chance or no?
Oh, no. Do I need to?
Let's drop straw on the bigger fields. Let's not worry about it on these little ones around the homestead.
How
about
this
that?
13 is a big field to me.
I mean, you can. Fine.
Okay.
Squirrely Dan will be so happy to have more straw. He wants to fill that 50 million liter bin up north, so.
Well, see, I forgot that you could drop straw with soybeans on this map, really. That's why I didn't ask. And
there we go. There's another mod that is working now, by the way. Because I reinstalled it. Because I uninstalled it because we weren't using pallets. But now that we have pallets, I got the stackable pallet mod. So when they spawn at a factory, they should automatically stack up to 3 high, depending on the pallet, I believe. Okay, so now we just got to get the right thing. And hopefully there's the right thing. Possibly not.
Not working?
No, I'm changing the type, the pallet type. And it's still not grabbing these. Now, it might just be because these are modified. These are Stevie pallets. So that might have something to do with it. I don't know. But if it works on the metal rolls, I would assume.
I would think that it would work on that.
But again, Stevie pallets, so I don't know, unfortunately. I don't think it'll really matter what I put it on. It should be like one of the Euro pallets, I would think, but I don't know. This is the problem we had the other day too, where it doesn't want to work. That is unfortunate. Okay, so can I get stuff? Okay, can I get stuff from the dairy to work? Because God, we have pallets laid up now. Oh gosh. Okay, so I pull up to the dairy, and first thing it works, and it does the normal. Okay, that's fine. The normal, like, you know, spawning stuff all weird. We got cheese and chocolate, but there must be something about those sugar mill pallets that is different. Oh wait, I say that, but here we go. All right. So I got a, oh man, I got a smorgasbord going on now. All right, so it is, yeah, it's a Euro pallet and it holds 50. Maybe I just was like changing it too fast and it wasn't having time to, oh my goodness. Well, I got a pallet of stuff. I guess I'm going to the Walmart. I guess. Mr. Jeff, what's going on? How are you? Welcome in. All right, we're back to that turn. So yeah, this truck and this trailer do not get along. We need to definitely use the different trucks. So I've got chocolate and brown sugar and rainbow frosting and good gosh, sorghum syrup, cheese and chocolate. Or that's not chocolate. Molasses. We got all the stuff, man. It looked like a jar of Nutella down there. 2 jars of Nutella, kind of. All right. Got all the stuff. I'm glad I got this working. That's good. It's amazing when you have the right mods, right?
Yeah.
Amazing how that works sometimes. I don't even know how to get there.
Where are you going?
Walmart, I guess.
Okay, take that first driveway to your left.
Yeah, and then, okay, it's right there. Walmart. Walmart is what I meant to say, not Walmart. Walmart's in ATS.
Yeah.
Wrong widget game.
You don't want to go to the grate. You want to go to the one beside of it.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was right back here, but no, it's back.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's on back.
Well, I was thinking it was like right in base game. It's right here.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I get it. We're selling it to their warehouse out back. No big deal. Or something. All right. Here we go. Now, technically, we need to be like, you know, getting time of year and like that kind of stuff. I just wanted to see this work personally, and it is definitely working. And we are making pretty okay money, I feel like, off this truckload.
The
$150,000.
Yeah. The molasses and brown sugar sell pretty good.
That's
good money most of the time.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. All right, we just gotta weasel our way out of here. And actually, is there auto driving in the, oh, there is. Wow. Okay. Oh, we can't get where we need to go though from here. Okay. Interesting. Somewhere it's not connected. I don't know. Oh, you don't have a... Oh, that's right. The trailer doesn't have a parking spot. The truck does. There we go. Okay, bye. All right, you need you're gonna need a like a wagon or something, right?
I got an auger wagon down here.
Okay.
But for some reason, when I right click on my screen, it's not freezing it, so I can set up my pickup.
When you right click on your screen, it's not giving you a mouse?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Nope. Yeah. I don't know if it's... Oh, there it goes. Okay, never mind.
I was like, that's weird. Alright, we'll leave that grass for now. Not worried about that, but I do want to look at our animals really fast. Yeah, 360,000 milk, 500. Okay. I can already tell I need to run a milk truck, but it's fine for now as well. Interesting little thing here for you, Kimmy. One of the other mods that I added is kind of cool. We'll get to show that off here in a second. We'll get to use it. Hopefully it works in multiplayer. I don't actually know if it works. I haven't tested it, but, you know, it's fine. Should be just fine. So, when you unload into this grain cart that I'm driving towards you, an extra little fill level thing down in your HUD down there next to your speedometer,
right,
should pop up, and it's the level of the auger wagons, like capacity, like how much I can hold.
Oh, nice.
And so that way, if you're unloading into something, you can tell like how full it is without having to like use inspector, because inspector gets too crazy. And wait, Trent, no, what happened to Chet's combine now? No, don't tell me Chet blew up a combine too. All right, so I don't see anything different, but you should.
Target field level.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That is cool.
So we'll see it here in a second on the truck.
And it's got a little auger thing sticking out with looks like grain pouring down in. That's cool. I like that. That's cute. I'll have to turn that on my game.
What the heck is this? Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. Apparently, the neighbor lady that used to live next or across the street from us started a group chat with my dad and I, and her.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh, we got a rock in the rock trap. Uh-oh. Is that what you're getting at? It's not as bad as blowing up an engine, but if he like trashed it, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
All right, truck is inbound, so we get to see that little fill level thing. Yeah, I thought it was a slick little mod. I was like, that's kind of cool. You know, because I don't mind having inspector on here, but I don't typically run inspector because it gets to be insane, and then it gets to be too much, you know? So, yeah. It looks
now,
like...
since I finally got my right click to working, what do I need to have this on?
Nothing right now, because technically there's not auger wagons for this field. Okay. Unless we send the auger wagon somewhere else to empty, which I might do that in a minute, but I want to see this first, the thing work. The little fill level thing. Alright, plus I'm trying to look at the video Trent's talking about. Okay. That's not as bad as blowing up an engine, though, Trent. That's good. Okay. All right. Yeah, not as bad as an engine. Let's put it that way. Because that was wild. All right, Mr. Truck. Come by. Come by. But yeah, I could have the auger wagons go somewhere else and empty and then come back. I might do that because I'll grab a combine here probably in a minute. Get pitter patter in as well. Oh yeah. All right, so it's definitely cheaper, Trent. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. It shows me the capacity of the truck. I think that's a slick little mod. I like that.
Yeah, that is. I like that.
Yeah, hopefully that'll come out for 25 pretty early, because I could see using that like the whole time. And then as long as I'm over the truck, it's there. But if I, you know, put my auger away or drive out from above the truck, it goes away, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So for this field, Kibby, it'll just be 13, because that's all the. There's no other waypoint here, for the record. Under field.
So I go under fields.
Yeah.
Okay, field 13.
Let's see. We'll use 30, I guess. Unload our wagons, I guess. We'll actually send this truck to. I need to find a mother bin too. Oh, sad news though, Kimmy. I harvested the grapes without you.
Oh, that's okay. This time. I'll let it slide.
This time, okay.
This time.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yep, I did harvest the grapes yesterday, and of course, it wasn't the purple guy this time, but the other one got stuck. Like, oh, it's apparently always the. I think it's the left one. When you set up two, it's always the left one that gets stuck. The guy from American Pickers has passed.
What?
That would be Frank, right? The one, he had like a stroke and stuff.
Oh yeah, he had a stroke.
He had a conservatorship.
Yeah.
Like, he was in bad shape for years now. So that still sucks. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Jeff, but no, I didn't see that he had passed. There's been a lot of like celebrity deaths. I don't know what's going on, but it's been a lot lately. Kinda crazy. Kinda crazy. I saw some, I was watching some TikToks this morning and like seeing some, you know, just heartbreaking scenes, obviously out of the Carolinas, but
right.
Some just disgusting, you know, there's all these volunteers that are bringing in like their private helicopters, right?
Mm-hmm.
These guys are going up and flying to these mountains, and you know, they're rescuing people, right? Like, right. Straight up, they're rescuing people, they're taking supplies in, they're dropping off cases of water and food and all this stuff. And well, apparently, at least in this one guy's case, he was told that if he flew back up the mountain to, quote, help people, that this fire chief was going to have him arrested.
For what?
For helping. Because he was, quote, interfering with his scene. Is what they were saying on the thing. Yeah.
Wow.
And actually, what the story here is that the guy, the helicopter pilot, he had been up this mountain or something, and he found a husband and wife that were trying to get out, right? So he, of course, landed, and he was going to pick them up, but due to weight reasons, he couldn't pick them up and have his, he called him his co-pilot. It was his son. So he actually told the wife to get in the helicopter, and then that he would leave his to like ensure the guy that he would come back. So he actually left his son, and his son was, I'm assuming, an adult. I don't actually know, but he left his son with the wife, or with the husband up on mountains, still, right? So he takes off, and he found like fire crews 3 minutes away, 3-minute flight away. So that's not super far. And he landed, and he dropped off the wife with them, and then that's when the problem started, and they basically told him that if he went back and brought the husband down, he was going to get arrested on the spot. And he's like, well, I have to go back and get my son. You can't tell me not to do that. And he's like, well, if you do it, you're going to get arrested. That's like, okay. And this dude was on, like, local news out there. The guy that had the helicopter. It was like a news report thing.
Wow.
And it's like, man, you're trying to help, you know, and then you're gonna get yelled at for, quote, interfering with their scene. It's like, you're just helping, you know. Wild, absolutely wild. So apparently, and I don't know how true this is, because I don't look that kind of stuff up, but I've heard like there's what's it called, temporary flight restrictions now. like in that area, so these guys with their helicopters can't can't go and help now because there's flight restrictions. They can't fly in the flight restricted areas, so wild. Did I not? There we go. The things out here in the Midwest are they're fine. Everything's fine here. Everything's chilling out here. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on there. So, I don't know. So the guy ended up with the helicopter, at least from the story I saw, he ended up leaving the area and then went and talked to the media. So, well, and listening, you know, I talked about it yesterday, but like listening, you can listen on Broadcastify to a repeater that's out there on top of the mountain, basically for ham radio. And listening to these, it's just a couple old boys out in the woods, basically talking back and forth, especially at night. And man, y'all think I'm a little with the tinfoil hat? Y'all ought to listen to these old boys. It was wild last night. I listened to it, I don't know, for maybe an hour last night after, like, late. It was like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock here. So it's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock there. And, man, these old boys, and they have no, you know, a couple of them, they're like, you know, they have no internet, no power. They're running off a generator / like battery on their radio. And, like, this is their only entertainment, you know, is to get on the radio and talk. And, boy, I'm pretty sure they were wearing their tinfoil hats. Let's just put it that way. Like one of the old boys was talking about having a radio that like a ham radio, but I guess it's a portable or something. And he keeps it inside of what did he say? A metal drum that's wrapped in something, and then another metal drum inside of it. Basically like a Faraday cage. And he goes, yeah, it's there for the big event. I don't know if he means like nuclear, so it doesn't like affect the radio because it's like inside. I don't know. But he's like, yeah, I realized the thing wasn't charged up. Guess I better get that out and charge it up. It's like, well, what good is it if it's not charged? It was really, really interesting. Of course, they talked like a lot about politics and, you know, stuff like that too. And I was just sitting here kind of just like, whoa, wow, like this is crazy. But that's their entertainment in life, so I guess it's all right. Ain't hurting nobody. So it was interesting. We'll just say that much. It was very interesting. But yeah.
That new little thing comes on when your auger wagon is just approaching you.
Oh, really? Might be a proximity thing.
That could be.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
You know what? I think he did say something about rubber inside the barrel. I think he did. So separate it from the cage so it doesn't, you know, pick up anything. I'm pretty sure he did talk about like, yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting evening on the old ham radio there.
I'll be right back.
All right. And the funny thing is, if you look on Broadcastify, because that's where I was listening to it, it's publicly available. There was like 1,000 people listening to this last night because, you know, people from around the world have access to it. Obviously, Broadcastify is a thing. And it was just like, if y'all only knew how many people are sitting here listening to y'all talk about this stuff, you may not talk about it as much. I don't know. It was kind of funny though. It was kind of amusing. Like right now, there's 1,900 people listening to that repeater on Broadcastify. Something like that. I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. in the prepper community in Hammond High Band? I bet, yeah. Oh, I bet they get talking, and oh boy, I bet. I could only imagine. Could only imagine. Yeah, I have been asked by an aunt of mine, aunt and uncle, to do some research on the whole ham radio stuff, and like, what does it take to get into it, and like, you know, financially, what's it gonna take to get, like, I guess like a portable, probably, because like my aunt's kind of worried about, like, you know, Missouri and the earthquake thing, and you know, what if there is a disaster and we can't communicate with anybody, and yeah, she called me yesterday and kind of went through all that, and I'm like, honestly, I don't know. I'll have to do some research. Because I don't know anything about the ham radio community or anything. Like, really, my first introduction was listening to it on Broadcastify, like, you know, started Sunday listening to it, so that's my, like, only intro to it so far. $15 for a licensing test, and then depends on the radio. I gotcha. I getcha. But so if you just listen, you don't have to have a license, do you? But for $15, that's actually not bad. I don't know what all goes into that, but it's not bad. I'm assuming it's like a applicator's license when it comes to like spraying. Like, don't spray your neighbor's dog. Don't be inappropriate on the radio, kind of thing. I don't know. I gotta research all that, so we'll see how that goes. I'll have to get to that soon. I know she's all worried about things. Which, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have stuff like that just in case, but yeah. Transmit and get a repeater designation. You do. Okay. Gotcha. Because I know, like, listening to this repeater, there have been a few, like, unlicensed guys chiming in, and, like, they'll talk to them. They don't have a problem with it. You know, I guess in an emergency situation, it's okay, I guess, right? I don't know. I'm not saying it's right, and you know, obviously there's rules for a reason, but I assume in an emergency it's probably, yeah. Don't leave it on. Oh. Nicholas, you're right. Okay, sorry, that took me a minute. Yeah. You can get cut off in the winter if the blizzards, yeah. Wouldn't be, I mean, you know, like yesterday, the thing that kind of made me realize, like, it wouldn't be a bad thing to have it was yesterday. You know, it's utter devastation in the Carolinas there, and in East Tennessee and stuff. But it started raining yesterday, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I can see the radar. But think about it. You're out at your property where, you know, half your property just got washed away in the river, and it starts raining again. You're going to be a little nervous about that. So there were guys checking in on the radio going, hey, what does the radar look like right now? Like, how bad is this rain? And I'm like, man, I never thought about it like that. But, you know, you wouldn't know if there's a tornado warning. You wouldn't know, like, you know, if you're about to get hailed out. It would be nice to know that kind of stuff, you know, and if, at least if you had a radio, you could probably find somebody that would be able to, you know, let you know kind of what's going on. And I was like, it makes sense, you know. Welcome back to me, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I didn't want to interrupt your TED Talk.
It's not a TED Talk. It's just, you know, it kind of made me realize, that's all. I'm not TED talking. I'm not trying to sell anybody. I'm not over here selling tinfoil hats.
Yeah, when I went through Hurricane Opal, of course, it was just a Category 1 when it hit us.
Yeah.
But Which way are you going, up and down?
I'm going this way. That's squared off with the other side of the field. That's why that pass, I took that pass. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of random, but that's kind of me, you know? So, you're welcome.
But, we were without power for, a week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we didn't know if, anything. I mean, we were completely cut off from everything. No, and I know I'm old, and this was the day before cell phones. So we had no phone, no communication, no nothing.
Well, I'm even thinking back to like the 06. We had 2 bad storms in 06. We had an ice storm, and we had, I don't want to call it tornado. It was a lot of straight line wind damage around the St. Louis area. Yeah. And the one time we were without power for like a week, and then the other time was like 10 days.
Yeah.
And, we were lucky. Okay, we're one of the spoiled ones. Like, we have a generator. We were able to plug in our TV, and like we still had cable. So we were able to at least, watch like local news and stuff. But if we didn't have that, it would have really sucked,
Right.
So
we didn't have a generator. The only way I had to cook, because our house was totally electric, the only way I had to cook was on the grill. And we had to go into town every day, which the town was about 10 miles away, because we lived out in the country.
Yeah.
We had to go in town every day to get ice. Thank goodness they were giving us the ice. They didn't charge us for it.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was a couple of the grocery stores there giving away the food that they were afraid was going to go bad.
Sure. Yeah.
So they were just giving it away. So that was pretty cool of them.
Oh,
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, definitely.
But,
yeah, Sean, I got you.
Of, cereal and sandwiches for almost a week.
Well, I can remember during the winter storm, like, we just brought the barbecue pit out front because our generator was out back, so it was noisy and carbon dioxide and stuff. So we just brought it out in the front yard. And I can vividly remember being outside. I was cooking bacon. I had some tinfoil laying on the grill. And I was frying up bacon that morning. And, like, the tree crews rolled into the neighborhood. And I was like, hey, guys, how's it going? Cooking bacon.
Yeah. Hey, you got to do what you got to do to survive.
In my front yard. Sean, they're pretty aggressive about trimming here, but you only get trimmed, like, trees only get trimmed. It's every so many years here. And the scary thing, like, if I look down through my neighborhood here, like, if I'm in my backyard and I look down, like, say to the right, and the neighborhood kind of goes down a little bit, and that's where our power lines are at, is in the backyards here, and they're all above ground. And man, it's scary. All the trees, they're not in the power lines, but they're just on each side of the power lines, it's kind of terrifying. To be completely honest. And, it takes one good windstorm and we're done.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that's the thing around here. I don't remember these trees. I don't remember how long it's been since they've cut the limbs back on the trees around here. And like I said, Friday, every time a big gust of wind would come up, my power would go off.
Yeah.
So that tells me there's a limb hitting somewhere.
Most likely, yep. It's the whole thing.
Did you cut a land yet? Or are you cutting a land?
I haven't yet. Go ahead. I just squared up over here and just finished this corner. Who's done with their field work? The Big M is done. I think I'm going to go ahead and just put a guy out here to pick up that grass for us. Out where the Big M was running. We have the technology. I might as well use it, right?
We have the technology.
Let's see. Grass farm, unload, field 34. Horseplay. First waypoint. Horseplay, auto drive, go. No way. There's Bo. What's up? How you doing? What's popping? Oh, hey. But yeah, so I can see it. And then the other thing is everybody, a lot of people, it's all the Starlink, man. And as much as I live on the internet, like I'd go crazy. It's like,
oh, I would now.
Yeah.
I mean, I get bent out of shape if my electricity's off for like 2 hours. I'm like, well, what do I do with myself? Get on my phone.
Oh man. See, it used to be a whole thing. We actually used to keep 2 generators in town. We used to keep one in our garage and then one over at our buddy Casey's house, which is next door. Because, like, Mom needed electricity for the oxygen machine or her bed or whatever. So we had to have power. So if power went out here, I don't care what I was doing. It was stopped. And then I was, well, the first order of business was to get an oxygen tank going instead of the generator thing. Then it was get a generator running outside. That was, yeah, kind of a whole thing. And actually, the plan really was to grab, this is when my computers were still down in the basement, but the plan actually was to run to my computers and grab my battery backup and then run that up to the oxygen machine to run it off that. For, give me a couple minutes to get power going to it again. Because, of course, you want to conserve your tanks, too, You only had so many oxygen tanks, so.
Exactly.
Yeah. I heard something about, like, a couple truckloads of Starlinks or something supposed to be heading that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I read that on Facebook this morning.
Yep, and then I know, like, we talk about Ryan Hall sometimes. He's the YouTube weather guy.
Right.
They have a charity, and, like, they sent one of their representatives of their charity, and they bought, like, every Starlink they could get their hands on, pretty much. And they were put, like, I don't know if they were helicoptering them in or what, but they were getting them, like, into, police departments and fire departments and stuff like that. To try to just get people to be able to communicate with each other. Yesterday on the ham radio thing I was listening to, they were talking about, like, these 2 shelters that had opened up in the same county. And somebody was like, communication's so bad that one shelter doesn't know about the other shelter. Because, if one shelter gets full, you want to be able to tell people, hey, there's another shelter over here. They didn't know about them. And they're just across the county from each other a little bit. It's like, that's just wild to think about,
Right.
Like, we all just take it all so for granted, honestly. That I can just, beep, boop, bop, and, check the weather and, wherever I want. Like, it's crazy, or whatever, It's just insane, honestly.
Has North Carolina been declared a state of emergency yet?
Oh, I would assume it was already.
Hope so.
Like the other day, yeah. Lack of networking, yeah. But there is no network. That's the problem.
Yeah, they don't have anything.
Yeah.
They have no cell towers, nothing. They have nothing.
And then on top of it, what was it? Verizon yesterday
Went down.
Had like a nationwide outage. Yeah, there was actually a guy that called in on the radio and he goes, hey, my Verizon tower just went down, and another guy chimed in. He's like, no, it's not you, man. It's the whole country. He's like, oh, okay, good. So.
Yeah, that happened with AT&T a few years ago.
I got you, Sean. Okay, in less than 12 hours. Wow. See, that's the kind of response these people need is, less than 12 hours, not, we'll be there by Friday. It's only Tuesday,
Yeah.
That's just not acceptable. It's really, really not. So. But, the crazy thing, you just wouldn't expect a hurricane to do this kind of damage, like in, western North Carolina. At least I wouldn't expect it, And it's not so much, it was just the rain. I mean, they got like 30 inches of rain.
Right.
That's a lot of rain no matter where you are.
Exactly.
So. Deliver generators to Biffle shop. I gotcha. And then, you know, because I even told Dad, I was like, yeah, you know, if we get that kind of rain here, not that big of a deal. That was before I knew they had 30 inches. But at the same time, like, yeah, your low-lying areas are going to flood, but it wouldn't look like that because we don't have mountains here, right?
Right.
We don't have hollers, and we don't have that. We don't have that. I mean, everything would be underwater. But, like, yeah, it'd be wild. All your low-lying areas, of course. Yeah, it's just wild. You know, the terrain is half the problem, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a whole thing. Definitely a whole thing. And then I saw some videos out of like Florida, you know, people cleaning up, you know, which they got hit by like a lot of storm surge, right?
Oh yeah, they had like some places they had 20-foot storm surges.
Yeah. And
that's a lot of water coming at you.
And I didn't even think about this, but they're like, yeah, if you're going to throw away your couch, make sure you save some unsuspecting Facebook shoppers later and make sure you destroy it. So they were taking like a big knife and cutting all the cushions and everything on this couch. Because I guess some scammy people will pick up couches and let them dry out and try to resell them after a hurricane. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, they do that with cars too.
Ugh, some people.
Anything to make a buck.
Yeah. Sell a mold-infested couch. Yay. Good idea. Crazy. In an apartment complex, no place to hook up a backup generator. Yeah. I could see that, yeah. Yeah. So we don't actually have like a hookup or anything. Like we don't have like the transfer box and all that. So what we do, and this is going to sound kind of rednecky, but well, I are one, so it's okay. We have an exhaust fan above my stove. And it's not like in the ceiling, it's in the wall, right? So it's just a fan in the wall above the stove. So what we actually do is we will unplug that, because the first time we did this, we forgot to unplug it. And when the power came back on, we had a bunch of cords, and it was actually, we had like towels shoved in there too to keep the cold weather out. That was during the ice storm in 06. And when it came back on, the fan couldn't spin and actually burned the motor up. So now we unplug it. Sean, there is like, yeah, I watched the Ryan Hall video yesterday. Nothing to worry about right now. Maybe in the future, but nothing right now to worry about as far as like bad. There is a potential thing in the tropic or in the Gulf that's going to bring some rain to the area, but it's not going to be a hurricane or anything like that. So, but
no.
Some storms, but nothing like they just went through.
Right.
So, yeah.
They have battery operated generators now.
Battery operated generators.
Generators. Yep. And but I was sitting here thinking about it the other day. I'm like, you know, that wouldn't be a bad thing to invest in. They're expensive.
So you're just talking about like a big battery backup, right?
Well, it says you can run 3 or 4 things off.
Yeah, they're just giant batteries. Yeah.
But I'm sitting here thinking, okay, what do you do when your battery goes dead?
You have to.
And, you know,
I saw a TikTok video where this guy went to a Publix in Florida. Grocery store, and I guess they have like an upstairs part. It looks like a little like cafe where you could sit and eat. And he got himself a table up there next to a wall, and he plugged it in at a Publix. Charge it back up. Motley, I'm in Missouri, is where I'm at. So yeah, we're chilling here in Missouri. I'm in Missouri anyway. So I feel like the term generator maybe shouldn't be used on a battery. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you're not generating electricity. You're just storing it and using it later. But I know what you're talking about, yeah. Or, yeah, that's true. You can get ones that have solar panels to charge back up, too, Kimmy.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of... I follow one TikTok, like, homestead guy. Off-grid kind of thing. And he's always talking about there's a company called Jackery, and they've got a bunch of those. Like, basically, they're just big batteries. And then, yeah, you can plug them in, like, to a wall to charge or to solar. Which is cool. It's definitely cool.
I wonder how long my battery backup lasts.
On your computer?
Never had to, yeah, I've never had to test it.
I don't know. Depends on what you're doing.
Right.
You know, if you're gaming, it might only last like 20 minutes. But it's enough to get you out of your game and save and turn it off, you know.
My internet, my modem is not on the battery backup.
Yeah.
Because my modem in these apartments where they put the cable lines to hook up your modem to are in a weird spot. So, yeah, it's just stupid where they put them.
When I got my fiber internet, I actually bought a little, you know the first battery you bought, the little guy? Yeah, I bought one of those. And all that's plugged into it is my modem.
Oh, well, I need another one of those. I have one. It's got my TV and my PlayStation.
Oh, I got you.
So
only the priorities in life.
Well, of course. And then all it's plugged into the big one is the computer.
Yeah, monitor plugged into it, I hope.
Okay,
I made that mistake when I first got my battery back up.
Well, my TV is my monitor. So
oh, okay.
It stays on.
Yeah. The first battery I ever hooked up, battery backup on my computer, and we had a power outage, and I just sat there and I listened to it just beep, beep, and I couldn't see what to save my project I was working on. I think I like ran out and like, you know, unplugged and plugged in, and yeah, I was a little like, oh, okay, yeah, you got to have the monitors plugged into. Good idea. A 15 ex-military. Holy cow! Holy cow! I've always thought the idea of a PTO generator would be cool, but like, then I have to drive a tractor into town too. You know, like, nah, that's fine. So we actually, I don't know, over the years, you know, Dad working in the lawn and garden business, you know, sales, repair, all that stuff. Over the years, you know, he had people that would bring stuff in and they would agree to fix it. You know, he would give them an estimate and they would agree, yeah, go ahead and fix it, you know. Well, it sits on the shelf, or it sits, you know, out back at the lawn and garden shop for 6 months or a year, and you know, you call them, you send them letters, they never come back, they never pay, they never pick it up, right? So over the years, we've scored a few things. Like we have a little air compressor that we scored that way here at the house. It sat there for like 2 years, and then basically the way it worked was you pay for the parts that, you know, were put into it, and you can just have it. The boss guy didn't care. So little little air compressor, and then we got a little generator. It's like a 3,500 watt. It's not huge, but you know, it works.
Right.
And during that first storm in 06, we ran the wheels off that thing. And we ran stuff here at our house, and we ran a cord over to the neighbor for their like refrigerator. And I think they would run like some lights on it too. And then after that, Dad decided that we needed something a little bit bigger. So he went and bought from like Home Depot, I think it was, like a 6,000 watt generator. And it's pretty good. You know, it's whatever. And so we had two. And then at where Dad works, there was this like 8,000 watt generator, I think it was, or I'm pretty sure it's 8,000. But this thing's a beast. It's got the electric start. You just walk up and push a button and it fires up, you know. And same deal. Guy said he wanted to fix it. And he agreed to it and everything. And it sat for like 2 years. So all we actually had to do, because it had a brand new carburetor put on it. That was what it needed for service. And all we had to do was clean out some nasty gas from the tank, the metal tank. It kind of got gross over a couple years sitting around. Otherwise, generator's like good to go. So that one's actually in my garage currently. That's in the other part of the garage here, and it does quite well. We haven't actually had to use it, so.
Well, that's good, but it's there if you do.
Yeah, like my one brother, he ran it at his house a couple winters ago. His power went out, and he hot wired his furnace to it.
Ah.
So, yeah. Solar diesel. Gotcha, that's cool. Cool. Yeah, he, so if you, I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but if you have a gas furnace, it's very easy to hotwire it to a generator. Very, very easy because, you know, the only thing you're actually running off generator is the fan.
Blower.
Right? Yeah, the blower. And so, very simple to hotwire that to a generator. And, yeah, so he did that at his house for a while. I don't think it was only a couple days of running. But yeah. It's a whole thing. But yeah. I'd love to have the box on the back of the house though that you can plug in and like hit the transfer and then you can power like not everything in your house, but some of it.
I have friends in Kentucky when they built their house. They had a whole house generator put in, so if their power goes out, it just automatically comes on.
Yeah, my brother in Texas has one of them.
Yeah, they don't even know if the power's out anywhere else because they never lose power. And I'm like, well, lucky dogs.
Sounds like an explosion. I mean, Scoot, you're just providing power to the fan. Everything, like all your safety stuff of a gas furnace is still in play. You're not disabling any of that when you do it. All you're doing is providing power to like basically your fan, and then that powers like the motherboard and the thermostat and that kind of stuff, you know? So, yeah. Might need to plug in. Interesting. Gotta live if I didn't know that. I've actually never done it. The only thing that I've ever hotwired to a generator was our attic fan in our hallway. We have an attic fan, and we've hotwired that to a generator. You speak from experience. I gotcha. So yeah, definitely I've done that before, which that's very easy to do as well. Very, very easy. The best thing we did last time we had a power outage, and it was only for like 2 days. But at night we would go ahead and run our generator because it was summer, miserable, right? It was last year sometime. We were only out for a couple days, but it was super hot at night, so we would go ahead and run our generator so that we could run fans, right? So we had our attic fan running. We had a fan for each person wherever we were trying to sleep. Like I slept in our living room. I slept in our living room in front of a window that was open with the attic fan on. So like I had a really nice cool breeze coming in all night. I actually got cold at one point in the night and had to like close the window a little bit. But I actually came out here out in the garage and I had a strand of tube lights. Okay, just regular, I think they were multicolored tube lights. And what we did is we ran those down the hallway in our house because we had extension cords running on the floor. And I was just terrified that like, you know, aunt or dad or any of us could get up in the middle of the night to say use the bathroom and trip on a cord. Because you can't turn the hall light on, you know? And so I was like, you know what? We're going to lay these cords out real nice and then lay the tube lights right with them, running down the hallway. And so all night the tube lights stayed on with the generator. And, you know, a couple times, you know, people do get up at night. It happens, you know, and nobody tripped on it because you could see them. Because you knew not to step on the tube lights because that's where the cords were. And it worked out quite well, actually. Just saying, worked out quite well. So a little pro tip, LED tube lights, like, don't cost nothing to run, you know, power-wise, so whoopie-doo. And, yeah, it worked out quite well, actually. It was a good good little thing to do. For sure. Now, actually, on that biggest generator I was talking about, we have an issue. We need to fix it one of these days. I think something's wrong with the ground on the generator, and for some reason, our Samsung fridge trips the GFCI on that generator after like a couple minutes. It's kind of weird. But yeah. Use a 220. Yeah, Cuddly Wolf, you could do that. Yes. I don't know that I would want to do that. There's a product out there, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's probably the one I would go with. It actually, I did a bunch of research on this on YouTube and stuff once. But basically, on your meter base of your house, you have to have an electrician or your power company or whatever. But you take your meter off your house, and then this thing goes in place of your meter, and then your meter goes and plugs into this thing. And what it does is it gives you a spot to have a cord right there that you can hook up to a generator. But this thing's smart enough to, like, it won't backfeed through the, through it. And, like, it'll automatically switch and, like, all this. It's actually really cool. I just can't remember the name of it. But it was really, really cool. It probably is the Samsung ice maker trip in the GFCI on the thing. Probably. No, I think it's a grounding issue on that generator. There's, I think the ground wire's broken or rusted or something was wrong with the ground. I remember that. And I don't think we ever, like, actually fixed it. So maybe after all this recent stuff going on, maybe we'll actually remember to fix it. The problem is the only way to test to see if it's fixed is to bring it home and throw it in the backyard and plug in our fridge. That's really the only way to see if it's fixed, But yeah. But I forget what that product was called, but it was really cool. And I'm like, man, that's just super slick, But yeah. New to farm set. Yes. So I'm running a GPS mod. We are running a GPS mod. If you're playing on PC, it's only available on the PC. It's in the mod hub, and it's called Guidance Steering. Also known as, we just call it GPS. But yeah, it's called Guidance Steering, and basically what it's doing is it is steering across the field so we get perfectly straight lines. And then the cool thing is, because we save our lines, so Kimmy and I, or Roomba, as you'll see in a second, it'll pop up her name, we're on the same GPS line. So I could go anywhere in the field and just harvest, and our passes will line up perfectly anywhere, which is pretty darn cool. So, like, we know right now that there's one pass left between us. And yeah, it's a great mod. Obviously, I can combine without it. My passes may not be perfectly straight across the field, but it's close enough, right? And it doesn't matter. But it's really nice to have for productivity. Just saying. Yep, guidance steering on the mod hub. That's right. That's what it is. It's a great mod. It really is, and it's pretty simple to set up too. I mean,
I know if I can use it, anybody can use it.
I wish the old GPS was still a thing though, from like 15 or maybe 17 days. 15. It was 15 days. 15 and 17, I think.
So that makes me feel bad because I didn't start using GPS until what, 5-6 months ago.
Yeah. The old GPS though had a menu kind of like auto drive, and you would set it up, and then basically there was a steal button. And so if say Kimmy, you got to the field first and you set up GPS, I would just drive up next to you and hit the steal button or the copy button.
Oh, okay.
And it would just copy it from like the nearest person. And it was actually really, really slick. I liked that GPS. And that GPS was a little more. That would actually auto turn for you at the end if you wanted it to.
Oh, nice.
So, like, sometimes I know I would set up, like, I was going to seed a field. And we're talking, like, on, you know, a big map with lots of room, you know. And you could actually sell it to turn so many feet from the end of the field, too. So you could do your end rows. And you would set that all up, and you could just say, you could even have it skip rows. So say there's 2 of you playing, you could set it up for skips.
Oh, nice.
Or whatever. It was very, very nice at the time. And I know sometimes I would just be like, yep, I'm going to go, you know, go wash my beard and let me seed this field at the same time. It was pretty cool. It was actually really, really cool. So, yeah. You're on PC. Any others that I recommend? So honestly, if you're new to the game, I actually recommend not using mods. To be completely honest, I recommend not running mods. Learn the game. There's a lot. There is a lot to the game, but like you start throwing in too many mods, it's gonna start getting, you know, too much, right? Because like I would recommend precision farming or course play or auto drive, but like if you're just starting in the game, I don't know, maybe like the better contracts mod that'll give you the ability to have more contracts going and like be able to refresh your contracts. That's kind of a cool mod. Obviously equipment's whatever, but like gameplay script mods, I wouldn't recommend a lot personally right now. I would just say learn the game.
That's kind of, we're going to field 10.
Yeah, it's fine. That's kind of always been my recommendation, honestly. All right, you go to 10 and I'll go to the homestead.
Okay.
How about that?
That works.
I'll get you your wagon moving here in a second. So yeah, I wouldn't personally recommend a lot of mods, no. You haven't figured out how to do contracts to spotlight and planted. So contracts are in your escape menu. If you scroll down to the 2 pieces of paper below the animals, you can click on that, and then here's your contract. So you have baling, cultivating, and you might have a lot more because we own a bunch of our grounds, so we don't have a lot in here. Typically, in my opinion, baling contracts can be worth a lot of money, but you do have to watch because sometimes it'll give you like really crappy equipment to haul bales with. Okay, which kind of sucks. And then, but baling contracts can be worth a lot of money. Harvest contracts, I'm a big fan of. Cultivating contracts. Yours is empty, so you have no contracts. Okay. So after you fast time, you'll probably have some contracts that'll pop up. Or if you had the better contract mod, you could actually like refresh that page, which is pretty cool. Which actually, we don't have the better contract mod anymore. I don't know how, but somehow I got rid of that mod. And I don't remember getting rid of it, so I'm not sure what's actually happened there. But that's okay. Mostly I wasn't worried about it because we own a lot of our ground and we don't really do contracts anymore. Kimmy, you'll need to change yours over to field 10.
Right. Yep.
Okay. And we're going to change this guy over to field 3. Because that's where I'm going. So for the record, the auger wagons run around if you're curious. It's a mod called Auto Drive. I would not recommend it if you're just new to the game, but it is a really cool mod. It's a lot to it, though. Honestly, if you're new to the game, contracts are a good way to learn, you know, what equipment does what jobs and stuff like that, you know. Honestly, watching streams helps too. Asking questions, feel free to ask any question here. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Just for the record, I'll take my time and try to show you through anything in the game. If you have a question about it, we'll pump the brakes and try to show you. So if you have any questions, I stream Farm Sim on Tuesdays and Saturdays right now. Tuesdays from noon to about 6 p.m. Central, and then Saturdays from noon to 10 p.m. Central. So. But I also stream other days, and I don't mind answering Farm Sim questions when I'm streaming other stuff. Just It's a little more difficult sometimes, that's all. So. Oh, you use the government subsidies? I mean, that's fine. That's a good way to learn, you know, how, like, what equipment you like and what equipment you don't like and stuff, you know? It's not a bad way. Not a bad way at all. Not at all. But it's awesome that you and your friend are playing Farm Sim, and I'm assuming you guys are both new to the, franchise and stuff. That's awesome. That is awesome. There's actually a new one coming out in November. November 12th, we'll have Farm Sim 25 coming out. And it's gonna be wild. There's all kinds of new crops and a couple new animals and all kinds of stuff coming in 25. So it'll be a good time. Will be a good time for sure. Alright, so I'm just gonna open this field up and then pitter patter and back and forth, you know, as we do. Back and forth. That grass come on. But he's picking up grass, okay. How's that lime coming along? That's the real question. Oh god. He's only done his outside rounds.
Oh, wow.
And I started him like half an hour before stream. That's okay. It's all good. You're gonna add some farm stuff to your cockpit. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, honestly, the whole thing with Farm Sim is like, you know, if you enjoy gaming, but like you just want to relax and chill and not be stressed out by a video game, Farm Sim's probably where it's at. I mean, I've got over 5,000 hours actually. I've got over 5,500 hours now. in Farm Sim 22 here, so I like to relax when I video game these days. You know, I used to be a big Halo guy, dabbled in Call of Duty a little bit, mostly with Halo back in the day, and I kind of went from that to Farm Sim, to be honest, like way back in the day. Farm Sim 13 on Xbox is when I started, so it's been a journey for sure. But that's all right.
Didn't you say that one of your nephews turned you on to Farm Sim?
Yep. My nephew, Daniel, who used to make videos with us back in the day, he first heard about Farm Sim somewhere. I don't even know where. And he's like, hey, you guys should check this out. You guys would like this. You guys are rednecks. And I'm like, all right, bet. He didn't say that. Yeah. You can only play so much Rocket League. Yeah. Yeah, and it's a game, you know, if I got something to do, I can just, okay, I can go do it. I can just stop my gun line, you know. Just don't tell the better half, you know, if you got one of them that you can pause this game, you know. I'm just saying, don't do that. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I don't have one of them, but you know, people in my life know to leave me alone. Playing Farm Sim. I'm kidding. They need something, I'll go help them. Oh. Yeah. Don't interfere with my Farm Sim time. Yeah, come on. That's all right though. I still like, because where I sit, if you open the door to this room, you can't actually see me, and I'll be, you know, talking just like this. You know, we're having a conversation, whatever, and people will be like, my dad, he'll be like, "Are you streaming?" Yeah, I don't just sit here and talk to myself, Pops. Not too much. Once in a while I do, but come on now. No, because if we're like hang out in TeamSpeak, I'm going to be talking to.
How true.
It's a whole thing. I was in there Sunday night. Where were you, Kimmy, huh?
I was, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you were playing SnowRunner.
Oh, Sunday night, yes, I was.
I think Steam said you were on SnowRunner, so I'm just giving you grief. I was in for a little bit on Sunday. I actually showed up, you know. It was wild. I don't often show up, so I was there.
Well, this time of year, I know there's a lot of farmers in there. You go in and you say hello, and you get no response. It's like dead silence.
Yeah. On Sunday nights, though, there's usually people in there.
Yeah, at night, yeah.
Yeah, in the evening, there's usually people, so. You betcha. Have fun at your day job. Just don't forget, if you have any questions, feel free to come back and ask away. You betcha. Ask away. Feel free. And thanks for the follow as well. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. All right, and the sub. Holy Hannah Montana. All right.
Card 3 just subscribed.
All right now. All right now. Appreciate you. Thank you. You got any more questions, or send your buddy in here, or whatever you got. Be happy to pump the brakes on the stream and help you out. Because, hey, well, why not? It is like the shadows right now are real.
Yeah, they are.
Maybe fast time to like 9 a.m., huh? Get that sun up in the sky a little bit, you know? And just imagine on 25 chat, we'll have God rays here.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't mind the God rays. What I think I'm going to have a problem with is it's always going to be foggy. Like, yeah. I just don't know how I quite feel about the fog, you know?
If there's a lot, I'm hoping that they'll give us a switch to turn it off.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Well, I mean, a lot of the screenshots and videos that we've seen, they're all foggy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know about where you know, where you live, but where I live, it's not foggy all summer long.
No.
It's not a thing. Just saying. Like, here coming up in a little bit, sure, we'll get some fog in the mornings and stuff, or overnight.
Right, yeah.
Not all day.
No.
The fog burns off.
But in the mountains, Tennessee is very depressing in the wintertime.
Okay.
Because you will go for weeks without sunshine. Simply because the mist and the fog hanging over the mountains just completely cut it off. That's why they call it the Smoky Mountains. It's because it looks like there's smoke coming off the mountains all the time.
I never knew that, actually.
Oh, gosh, yeah. And you can
never knew that's why.
Weeks. Yep. You can go for weeks sometime without much sunlight, and it's very depressing. It's like, wow.
You gotta get one of them special lights.
Yeah. Well, I very seldom ever go out in the public, so.
There was actually a thing on ER, an episode of ER I watched the other night where a guy burned himself sitting under one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of amusing. All right, now.
I need to finish ER.
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm almost like at the end of season 7 here, and it's just like an emotional roller coaster. Okay. With stuff with Mark Green and just
cried like a baby again.
No, but like it's just like it's hard to watch some of that stuff, you know.
It is.
Yeah. I don't know. I've still been watching it. I don't know where I'm at right now. Actually, hang on. Let me look at the old Max or whatever it's called. Season 7, episode 16, apparently. Yeah. Oh, and the stuff with like Luca with his like PTSD.
Luca?
Yeah. Dr. Kovac.
Yeah.
We're talking about a 30-year-old show, chat. Sorry.
Mr. Hottie.
I would not call him that, no.
I would.
Well, I wouldn't. Good for you, but no thank you. Oh, gosh. Okay, auger wagons are auger wagoning. Fine, okay. Gotta get mine over here to me, but I'm going the wrong way around the field. see.
Yeah.
I kind of thought I'd be able to
waiting
make
on mine because I want to cut land, and I gotta empty before I can do that.
Yeah. He should be there, though, right?
Yeah, he's here. He's thinking about it.
Okay. Well, I was hoping to make it around the field, but I also wasn't empty when I started this process, so... I've almost made it around the field. I mean, right there's around, so not bad. Because I need to go and then just turn straight around and go back the other way. It's all good. But yeah, it's the whole thing to watch the ER right now. I'm waiting for the helicopter stuff. I don't remember when that happens.
Oh, that happens in I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't even need to say.
I don't think that happens until season 12.
Oh
13.
gosh.
Yeah, it's further on in. Yeah.
How many seasons are there? Forget.
15.
Oh my god, and I'm only on 7?
Yeah.
I was thinking there was like 10.
No, 15.
Yeah, next time I get talked into watching a series, there's got to be like 3 seasons. This is too much. Way too much. That's okay. Yeah, I have fallen behind on like YouTube and stuff, though. I will tell you that. Definitely fallen behind on that stuff. Farmer Johnson, hello. Hope you're doing all right over there in East Tennessee. Oh, East Tennessee got hit pretty good, too.
Mm-hmm.
With the whole hurricane thing.
Yeah, I considered us very, very lucky because I'm in, well,
East Tennessee.
Eastern, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not too far from where I live, though, is where everybody got hit up in Kingston and Bristol and up in there.
Yeah.
Over. Yeah, they got hit pretty hard.
Yep. I did hear there's a what's the thing? Oh, there's a guy on TikTok that runs a septic company out of he's in North Carolina, I think. And he was saying that, you know, he's got Starlink, so he's got internet, right?
Uh-huh.
Area isn't too bad. Well, that's good. He was saying that he was going to go set up shop at like a Walmart parking lot and had basically put a sign on his truck, say free Wi-Fi, and just let people, like, you know, connect their phones to his Starlink and,
yeah,
you know, send some text out or something. It's like that. It's a great idea. Honestly, if you have the technology to do that, that's such a good idea. Between Chattanooga and Knoxville, gotcha.
Okay, so he's southeast.
I used to have family that lived in Knoxville. They don't live there anymore, but they used to could.
Used to could.
Yeah, they moved to Wisconsin, actually. My nephew and his wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen that wagon go down the road, but he's not coming back, and I need to really unload here. People, here he comes.
Yeah, he's right there. He had to go somewhere and turn around, I guess. I don't really know what he was doing. He'll be there. But yeah, I'm like, that's a great idea. You know, and I'm thinking, like, man, if you just had like one of them little Honda generators, they run on like hardly any gas because they're pretty fuel efficient. And, you know, you could throw your Starlink on top of your truck and put up a little Wi-Fi sign or something, you know. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Or actually, I heard yesterday about a grocery store that was only letting 10 people in at a time. So I'm like, well, if you could set up, you know, where that line could get Wi-Fi, like, because you know there's a line at the grocery store. Like, that would be kind of a good idea, too. Let people, you know, you need to almost have, like, power strips then to let people charge, and...
Yeah.
I don't know where you draw the line, but, yeah. If you had the technology to help, you definitely should.
Exactly.
Just don't do it in a white van. But what if it says free Wi-Fi on the side?
As long as it don't say free candy, I think you're okay. Maybe. Just don't get in the van.
Yeah, if you're just next to the van, you're fine. Don't get in. Yeah. Oh, goodness. All right, so apparently one, and I wasn't full, but I got that to 32%. I really like that mod, by the way.
Yeah, I do too.
I think that's a good mod. I don't know who made it, but it's on the mod hub if you guys are interested. The little basically shows you the fill level of whatever you're unloading into with a combine or with a auger wagon or whatever. It's a slick little mod. I don't even know what it's called, to be honest.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you, what it was called.
I don't even know.
Kind of help if they knew what it was called. You know,
it's under gameplay. It's there. Solar panel with a battery bank. Yeah, that would work if you had it. Yeah. Yep. It just makes me want to get a Starlink satellite so much more now, honestly. Like, I've been wanting to get a Starlink for the farm. Because I truly think that Starlink is the best option for internet down there. I had been looking at, like, the AT&T or Verizon, like, home internet boxes. But I just think that Starlink is the best option. And then, you know, God forbid something were to happen, you know, and the whole network go down. Eventually I could get to the farm and, you know, have internet, right?
Yeah.
Or, you know, yeah, eventually I'd be able to make it to the farm and get it, so. It would be a whole thing. Oh, yeah. But it's, you know, not my farm, so I can't go just putting up satellites without permissions.
True.
At least I don't want to, like, be that guy, you know? I try to respect what Pop says, but it's difficult sometimes, you see. Just saying.
Well, you got to remember, Dad's old school.
Yep. You betcha. By the way, programming note for today, Chad. I will not be doing a bonus stream tonight. I have been the last couple Tuesdays, but not tonight.
Why not?
And probably not for not for foreseeable future. Because Jad and I were talking the other day, Kimmy. And we always talk about cleaning out the rest of the garage, like basically the front half, right? Because I'm in the back half of the garage, cleaning out the front half of the garage, right?
All right.
Well, you know, this year will be the first year that we will not have an enclosed trailer readily available to us. We can, of course, go rent something, but I don't really want to do that if we don't have to for bringing home the Christmas lights, right?
Oh, yeah.
Plus, with Farm Sim happening this year and stuff, like, you know, it would just be nice if some of the Christmas lights were maybe already here at the house.
Right.
And not at the farm. And then if we do bring stuff home now, like early, it has to go outside, then the rabbits are going to chew on it. So, like, maybe it would be nice to clean up the front of our garage a bunch and start bringing home Christmas lights, like, right now.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
So, actually, what we're going to do is our trash night is tonight. So, like, our trash gets picked up in the morning. So, perfect time to get all the trash out of the house, basically, on a Tuesday, trash, recycle, whatever, empty everything out. And then just whatever room we have left, fill the cans. Because, let's be honest, there's some trash up there. But there's also a lot of stuff that could go to, like, the Goodwill. There's two giant, like, Rubbermaid tubs of craft material, craft supplies. Okay, and it wasn't Mom's. It was my mom's aunt's, and she's been gone for like 15 years. And this stuff is sitting in my garage, and the mom wanted it, but you know, mom's so.
Has it gone bad? I mean,
to be honest, a lot.
Goodwill or something.
Here's the weird thing. A lot of it is handles that have been cut out of milk jugs. And some kind of like scrubby material. And apparently you like glue them together and you make scrubbies for like your bathtub or something. My mom's aunt used to sell stuff at craft fairs.
Right.
So she was real big into that. And I don't know really what all is out there. I do know there's a lot of handles of milk jugs that have been cut off of milk jugs.